Good morning. I am Master Sergeant Genevieve Fulgham, Military Training Instructor Trainer, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As the flights move into position and for the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain in your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. Do not stand or sit unless exiting or entering the grandstands. Additionally, we ask that you not stand at the bottom of the grandstands as well as the arena drill pad. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, you may proceed onto the retreat pad after the flights are dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers, utilize the handrails, and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception center and to the right of the flagpole. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. And the military ceremonies are held to the accord of distinctive honors to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency and state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military support of the nation. All of the movements that you will observe today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or non-commissioned officer, such as a military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision and response to leaders' orders, and to provide for the development of all leaders in the practice of commanding formations. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the Air Force song, and the Space Force song, and the reciting of the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may return your hand to your side. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Now, marching into position from the 320th Training Squadron, Flight 320, led by Staff Sergeant Ryan Sitkowski, Military Training Instructor, hometown Medina, Ohio. Flight 321, led by Technical Sergeant Lauren McKay, Military Training Instructor, hometown Brooklyn, New York. From the 323rd Training Squadron, Dorm Excellence Flight, Flight 324, led by Technical Sergeant Lonnie Elliott, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown Nancy Clough, Pennsylvania. Flight 325, led by Technical Sergeant Rafael Guzman Paniagua, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Orsi, California. From the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 330, led by Technical Sergeant Brady Dell, military training instructor, hometown, Beatrice, Nebraska. Flight 331, led by Staff Sergeant Brian Smith, military training instructor, hometown, Hammond, India. Flight 332, led by Staff Sergeant Megan McNamara, military training instructor, hometown, Suffolk, Virginia. Flight 333, led by Technical Sergeant Brandon Arp, military training instructor, hometown, Knoxville, Tennessee. From the 321st Training Squadron, Flight 322, led by Technical Sergeant David Metasis, military training instructor, hometown, El Paso, Texas. Flight 323, led by Technical Sergeant Jordan Carter, military training instructor, hometown, Edmore, Oklahoma. From the 326 Training Squadron, PT Excellence Flight, Flight 326, led by Technical Sergeant Madison Cisneros, military training instructor, hometown, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Flight 327, led by Staff Sergeant Elias Medina, military training instructor, hometown Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico. Pacer Forge Excellence Flight, Flight 328, led by Technical Sergeant Jennifer Torres, military training instructor, hometown San Jose, California. Drill Excellence Flight, Flight 329, led by Technical Sergeant Matthew Henry, military training instructor trainer, hometown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. From Delta 1 Detachment 3, Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 334, led by Technical Sergeant Bailey White, military training instructor, hometown Hot Springs, Arkansas. Flight 335, led by Technical Sergeant Crisella Mariano, military training instructor trainer, hometown San Jose, California. Flight 336, led by Staff Sergeant Austin Butcher, military training instructor, hometown Belleville, Illinois. Basic Military Training conducts graduation events over the course of 2 days to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest Airmen and Guardians. These events recognize their transition into the profession of arms. We acknowledge the tradition of honor and legacy of valor provided by those who came before and inspire us still today. We would also like to thank the family and friends for their continued support that these graduates will be counting on as they serve our great nation in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Cancel Carlo.
Please join me for a moment of reflection and prayer. Divine Spirit of joy and gratitude, we gather today underneath Old Glory as one family to acknowledge and celebrate the journey that has brought these dedicated individuals before us to this moment. We give thanks to the family, friends, and communities that supported them. It was your acts of love, words of encouragement, and unwavering support that allowed them to rise each morning and perform with excellence to each late night, to overcome moments of doubt and fear, and to embrace each daily challenge that pushed them to their limits. May each family member, friend, and community here today and afar be blessed as they continue to support their loved one and strengthen them throughout their career. Divine Spirit, may you instill in each one of these former trainees with a deep appreciation of the lessons learned, skills acquired, bonds forged, and character developed during their time here. May they carry forward these things as a foundation for the resilience, camaraderie, and commitment needed to flourish in their service to this great nation. Bless them this day with continued tenacity, wisdom, and your comforting presence as they transition to the next chapter of their story. Above all, may they be filled with joy every time they remember this day, a day when we call them by their rightful title as Airmen and Guardians. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. On behalf of the 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, good morning and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Deputy Commander, 737th Training Group, and 1999 graduate of Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Rodolfo Orozco, accompanied by his wife, Angela. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 737 Training Group, and 1998 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Whitfield Jack. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, 37 Training Wing, Colonel Will Cooper, accompanied by his wife, Beth. The Command Chief, 37 Training Wing, and 1997 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Carlos Damian. The Commander, United States Space Force Indo-Pacific, Brigadier General Anthony Mastelier. The Command, Senior Enlisted Leader, United States Space Force Indo-Pacific, and 2000 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Jason Childers. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Delta One, and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Paul Norris. The Commanding Officer, Adaptive Mobilization Medical Unit Pacific, Captain Kimberly Sandberg, accompanied by her husband, Matthew. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, today as we celebrate the achievements of our newest Airmen and Guardians, we also embrace the rich tapestry of culture and tradition that defines our beloved city of San Antonio. Gathered here, we are joined by esteemed guests who embody the essence of Fiesta San Antonio, an annual event deeply ingrained in the heart and soul of our community. From its modest inception in 1891, when it began as a single parade honoring the heroes of the Alamo and the Battle of San Jacinto, Fiesta has blossomed into a magnificent celebration of our city's heritage and diverse cultures. Over the span of 134 years, Fiesta has evolved into one of the nation's premier festivals, attracting millions to participate in its festivities and enjoy our beloved military city, USA. It is great honor that I introduce our Fiesta 2025 distinguished visitors, the President of the Fiesta San Antonio Commission, David Christensen. King Antonio Paul Rolfs Jr. El Rey Fio, the 76th, Fabian Castillo Sr. Accompanying them are military and civilian representatives, carefully chosen as ambassadors of goodwill for the armed forces. We are also joined by members of the Fiesta Executive Committee, Fiesta elected commissioners, participating member organization presidents and commissioners, and Fiesta Queens representing various civic organizations throughout our city. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining us in this momentous occasion. Together, let us celebrate not only the accomplishments of the newest members of the Air Force and Space Force, but also the spirit of Fiesta that unites us all. Viva Fiesta! This week, we have a special opportunity to recognize one additional and significant achievement demonstrating the dedication of 53 of our graduates who are being led by Staff Sergeant Richard Ortiz, Military Drill and Ceremonies Non-Commissioned Officer, hometown, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Today's recognition is made possible by a partnership between the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security to allow active duty service members to become citizens under the Naturalization at Basic Training Initiative. To be eligible, a member of the Armed Forces must pass a comprehensive application process administered by the Department of Homeland Security, including a background check and personal interview to demonstrate high moral character and their knowledge of the English language. Applicants are also tested on U.S. history and government. Please hold your applause until all names and countries of origin have been announced. The Department of the Air Force is proud to recognize An Nguyen, Vietnam; Mariana Dana, Mexico; Heavenly Chang, American Samoa; Therapit Saksuship, Thailand; Rio Lu Mataba, Philippines; Michael Denzel Chorizo, Philippines; Mehmet Anor Almudulor, Brazil; Owain Lawrence, Jamaica; Jose Marroquin Luna, Mexico; Jorge de la Riba Reyes, Mexico; Tyrese Simpson, Jamaica; Marvin Cunningham, Jamaica; Sunil Gupata, India; Jade James, Trinidad and Tobago; Crystal Headley McDonald, Jamaica; Pranam Kola, Toga; Natalia Santos Reyes, Mexico; Ahmad Dakwa, Ghana; Haziel Orozco Renoa, Mexico; Collins Kipukukor, Kenya; Noel Yol Ismail Ipote Kwa, Cameroon; Odain Thompson, Jamaica; Sing Sut Ong, Burma; Rudosa Durmemes, Haiti; Joshua Juanares Lopez, Philippines; Alvin Gallo, Philippines; Juan Ruiz Bedoya, Colombia; Nishwan Nindi, Cameroon; Christian Baez Nino, Colombia; Edgar Moran Centillion, Mexico; Shea Koroma, Sierra Leone; Shamar Bowen, Barbados; Dang Ho, Vietnam; Nathan Valdez Maldonado, Mexico; Jaime Trewin Polanco, Nicaragua; Natalia Hippolito Crick, Brazil; Bibi Abdullah Montalia, Guyana; Nana Kojo Espo Banzai, Ghana; Hitri Alcanto Pinto, Brazil; Rafael Corbayas Gonzalez, Mexico; Marvin Jr. Robai, Guam; Karina Gaspar Trejo, Mexico; Marcela Burkholder, Colombia; Jamie Lynn Saltos Ribas, Ecuador; Arthur Gardner, Jamaica; Quiana Russell, Jamaica; Mondong Patrick, Uganda; Sarah Miller, Jamaica; Yvonne Waringini, Kenya; Chantel Toledo, Philippines; Alafomia Atulina, Nigeria; Janika Perry, Haiti; Jewel Precious Ruffinian, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate the newest citizens of the United States of America. musical support for this morning's ceremony is provided by Airmen from the 321st Training Squadron. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core values, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. These airmen are performing under the direction of Master Sergeant Retired Samuel Johnson, Director, Drum and Bugle Corps, hometown, Stratford, Connecticut. Ladies and gentlemen, the Senior Enlisted Leader, Delta 1, Detachment 3, Senior Master Sergeant Vanessa Boggs will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning. To the families, friends, and fellow Airmen and Guardians joining us today, whether in person or tuning in from afar, thank you for being here and for standing behind the men and women who serve. Your love, encouragement, and sacrifice do not go unnoticed and help play a pivotal role in getting these Airmen and Guardians to where they are today. Let's also take a moment to recognize our military training instructors. Your dedication, passion, and tireless effort are the backbone of this mission. You mold civilians into warriors. Your presence, your voice, your standards, they echo through every Airman and Guardian who marches across this retreat pad. I would also like to recognize a special group in attendance today, our veterans. To those of you who served before us, thank you for your unwavering commitment to this nation. Your courage, sacrifice, and examples laid the foundation for which we continue to build. We honor you today and every day. Airmen and Guardians, I want to talk directly to you. This evening, as the flag is lowered and the day comes to a close, it represents more than tradition. It reminds us of purpose, of unity, and of the quiet power of commitment. This moment, this ceremony, has endured for generations, and while it has evolved over time, its meaning remains unchanged, a sacred devotion to something greater than ourselves. I remember a moment early in my career, standing in formation during retreat, watching the flag descend slowly against the setting sun. I didn't fully understand everything about the uniform yet, but I knew in my bones that I was part of something special, that I had a responsibility, not just to the Air Force and now Space Force, but to the people I served with and the values we defend. You've chosen a path that less than 1% of Americans will ever take. That means something. It means that you will be asked to lead when it's hard, to stand up when it's uncomfortable, and to push forward even when the outcome isn't certain. That's what service is. That's what this uniform represents. Let me leave you with this. Stay ready, stay humble, and stay hungry. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be committed. Show up, learn something every day, lift others up with you, and never forget why you started. Finally, I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Wilson and Chief Master Sergeant Jack that you receive your coveted Airman or Guardian coin, which signifies your transition today from trainees to Airmen and Guardians. Congratulations. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander, Delta 1, Detachment 3, Major Robert Matthews will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, distinguished guests, and above all, our newest Airmen and Guardians. This graduation marks a turning point in your lives, the day you truly become members of the United States Air and Space Forces. 7.5 weeks ago, you stepped onto the grounds of basic military training as civilians. We promised you BMT wouldn't be easy. For many, it's been the toughest challenge you've ever faced. Yet you didn't just overcome, you excelled. Living with strangers, adapting to military life, meeting your MTI's high bars, you chose to learn and grow. Today, you're not who you were when you arrived. You are Airmen and Guardians, forged in the crucible of shared experience. This transformation runs deeper than just the uniform. You've been immersed in a culture that demands discipline, selfless service, and an unwavering commitment to our core values. For the Space Force, character, connection, commitment, and courage. For the Air Force, integrity, service before self, and excellence in all we do. You are embodying the warfighter mindset, understanding what it truly means to be entrusted with our nation's defense. But this victory wasn't won alone. Family and friends of the graduates, be proud. Your loved ones are here because of you. The love, support, and unwavering faith, even across the miles. You are the wind beneath their wings, the foundation of their strength. Let a resounding round of applause show our gratitude for your sacrifice. Airmen and Guardians, today you join the rank of millions who have answered the call before you. The legacy of Air and Space Forces grows stronger with your names added to it. You are now part of the most powerful fighting force on Earth, entrusted with American dominance in air and space. This isn't the end. This is the launch pad. What lies ahead will demand even more. Embrace those challenges, for they will mold you into the leaders America needs. Never forget your why, the reason you volunteered for this life. Lean on your teammates, your wingmen. This bond will see you through. Never stop striving. Reach higher, learn more, become better each day more than the last. The potential within each of you is limitless. Your MTIs have given you the tools. Now go forth and make them proud. Make the Air and Space Forces even mightier than before. Congratulations, good luck, Godspeed. One team.
Thank you, Major Robert Matthews. At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who has demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This graduate has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinctive honor of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from the 326 Training Squadron, Flight 327, Airman Grant Slinkard. This graduate is from Loveland, Colorado, and joined the Air Force to become a special warfare operator. In the stands cheering is Airman Grant Slinkard's father, Dane, mother, Stacy, sister, Taylor, and brother, Cade. Airman Grant Slinkard's recruiter is Staff Sergeant Callahan from the 367th Recruiting Squadron, Fort Collins, Colorado. Please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention. Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest Airmen and Guardians into the ranks of the Air Force and Space Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and to our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is the symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These graduates are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices the military and dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it is lowered, we ask you to think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of the strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of members from the 323rd Training Squadron led by Staff Sergeant Richard Ortiz. Our commander of troops is Senior Master Sergeant Eric Garza. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Ready, post.
The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It has flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Aragon Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free, yet it remains invincible.
Come. Sir, the flag is secured. Retire the colors. That will hurt. Forward, hurt.
Please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force Song and Space Force Song. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. As a reminder, the retreat pad must be clear within 15 minutes of the conclusion of the ceremony. All graduates will detail back to their squadron to change into the uniform of the day. Family members will pick up their graduates at the designated pickup and drop-off locations. When picking up and dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Graduates, if you lost an OCP cap, report to the podium to retrieve it. Top graduate, report to the podium to retrieve your certificates. All graduates are now released to their families.